What's going on, everybody? James Largo, the Cichlid Shack, thecichlidshack.com. The Cichlid Shack on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Yelp, Google, and Google Plus now. You can find us on all of those media outlets as well as Twitter. We now have a Twitter page as well. A lot to cover on this video. We've gotten in all of the rest of our tanks, a whole bunch of fish since the last video. I've added some fish to our front show tank, just to kind of showcase some different stuff. Nice little walkthru there. Protomelis labradin, a phoenix, my big Mara rocks, Eureka red, star sapphire, livingstone eye. But you guys aren't here to see my junk. You guys are here to see the progress of the shop and the new fish. First off in the front are the long fin or feather fin bristlenose plecos, both regular and albino. They are on the website as well as the smaller in-house bred bristlenose and albino bristlenose plecos. My German strain Turkish breeder male. Alright, so you will notice something new right off the bat as I turn the corner. There's no more empty slots here. The tanks are up and running, filled with water and good to go. There is no more empty slots, so every tank on this rack that I used to walk by before that was empty is now full. I'm going to be bringing the rest of the breeding colonies from my garage that will go in these here. And then, as you will see, I have 6 or 7 tanks, 75s left. The only reason these aren't up and running is because Aqueon screwed up and put tempered glass on the sides of these 6 or 7 that are remaining, so they're bringing me new ones that do not have tempered glass. You'll see that this slot now has the tanks on it as well. And then this is the first row that you guys are used to seeing, and we will go through here and show you some goodies. Angara flametails, 5-inch plus Angaras, 5-inch rubescens, always looking beautiful. Six-inch red top Lawandas that are just really outstanding. Up here are 5-inch plus, probably closer to 6-inch, amazing bicolors. Dekoshi Dragon Bloods, and I'm going to spend a minute showing you guys these because I have a few people that asked if I would kind of focus on these so that they could pick out some nice ones. But these are all Dekoshi strain of Dragon Blood. In my opinion, the best breeder of Dragon Bloods in the country. Has spent the time to perfect his line. And no matter which one of these studs you get, you really can't go wrong. And there is quite a few of them in here, probably, I don't know, 25 maybe, 20, 25. So it might be hard to pinpoint a specific one, but you guys can try. Below that, 5 and 6-inch Lemon Jakes. Sorry, the lighting kind of sucks in this tank. After all these tanks are done, that will be my next project. Is I'm going to be putting LED lighting on everything. 5-inch flavescence. There's a couple of really dominant ones that are like that guy right there, that are just looking absolutely stunning and outstanding. These are my blue sunsets, one of my in-house bred hybrids, and you can see some of these are really starting to get some nice vintage and color to them. Down below that, gleaming sunshines. I mean, look at that, folks. Good grief. Over here are stunning Kobu Regals, 5-inch plus also. I have a turquoise peacock left. And then down here are some beautiful Eureka Reds. Next to them, their cousin, the Otter Points. These are all in-house bred from my beautiful, stunning breeder up front. Up here, OB peacocks, anywhere from 4.5 inch up to 6 inch. This guy here is pretty stunning. I always take a little time because people like to pick out fancy OBs. There's an orange one. Here's another orange and blue one. This is kind of like a pinkish opalescent one. Yellow and blue. There's an orange and blue one hiding back there. This one's kind of cream and blue. That one will be yellow and blue as well. Up here, big, beautiful 5-inch plus blue neons. Quite a few of them. Up here are, as always, stunning ivory head Malotos. And I do have a breeding group of these available. I have 3 females and a male. So you could probably pick your male and then the 3 females to go with it. And one of the females is holding. She's down there by the sponge filter. Under here are probably 5.5 to 6 inch Hansbeshi red shoulders. Very, very beautiful red shoulders. Down here are venustus. There is a dominant one there, and another one picking a fight over here. And I also have females for the venustus in here as well. Beautiful venustus. Over here, the very underrated but seeming to be popular Malawi thick lip. Very beautiful, 5.5 to 6 inch. Good size. They don't sit still, so hard to get on camera. Big, beautiful 5-inch plus bright, deep blue dolphins. Very, very nice dolphins. This tank is kind of dark, but the always popular Imperial Tigress blue golds. Nice dominant one there. Below that I have some 5-inch plus, and this guy is freaking out, Taiwan reefs. Over here, some very stunning 6-inch strigatus, and I'm hoping you guys can pick up the color, because these guys are pretty fired up right now, and they're every bit of 6 inches. Nice big strigatus. Look at that guy. Or look at that guy. Down here Stunning, big, beautiful 5.5 to 6 inch, some 5 inch Z-Rock lithobaits. Very, very beautiful. Big, bright yellow blazes like that guy. Bodies are nice and blue. Around the corner, these new 40s, and I'll show you these, but they're not going anywhere. I got some 2¼ inch Anna Jennies. These are going in the grow out tub here within the next day or two when they come out of quarantine. But they're going to go into the grow out tubs and grow out for future availability. Looking very nice already. Moving on, this row, you guys will recognize that these tanks used to be done. The tanks on that back wall are brand new, they were not there. And then I had the first 6 on this right side that were there and 6 on the other side, so it balanced it out. And now, as you can see, this row is completely full as well. I have a few, actually only, what do I got here? A male and 2 female Livingstone eyes. Down here are Spillonatus Tanzania. More commonly, people call this the Insignis. These guys are pretty big, 6 inch. That guy probably more like 6.5, a monster. I'm going to skip over here because I'm going to be moving lights around. As I'm adding these new tanks in, it's getting darker in certain spots. So I'm going to be pausing and moving lights. So you guys probably won't know because I'll edit it. But up here, 5.5 to 6 inch Christie eye or Malawi hawks. If you're looking for one of these, do not hesitate. One of them is already sold and there's only 5 left. And not sure if there'll be any more available after the Thanksgiving holiday, but I will try. Under that, 5 inch Buccochromis nodotaenias, all males. And excuse the floaty stuff in this tank, it's a new tank and there's some kind of white seal over the silicone that's peeling off. It's driving me nuts. I've been digging it out all day. Very healthy, very active Buccochromis nodotaenias, 5 inch. I do have, I had a dozen, I sold one, so there's 11 of these left. Below that, Buccochromis spectabilis, already showing color. These guys are 5 inch plus, probably closer to 5.5, 6 inch, and I have them listed on the website at 4.5 to 5 though. But you can see these guys already have some good color even in this somewhat darker tank. It's another Buccochromis that you don't see around a lot, and I have a dozen of these at 5 inch plus. Okay, we're going to get into some stuff that is not listed on the website because it is still in quarantine, but I will show it to you. You can read it yourself. Wild caught Tyrannochromis macrostomas and wild caught Tyrannochromis nigerventors. Wild caught, these are good size. These are probably 6 inch, maybe a little bit bigger. These big boys are more like 8 to 9 inch. And you can see how big these guys are next to those sponge filters. That is an extra large sponge filter, and it's kind of looks puny next to these guys. The Niger Ventors are the ones with the tiger looking stripes, and the macrostoma are the ones without, which is, where'd it go? There's a couple of dominant macrostomas up here hiding somewhere. I believe it's, here's one right here. And then the macrostomas are the big ones, or like I said, the ones without the barring. The tiger look, see? Niger Ventor, macrostoma. Below that are some wild caught Malawi trouts. Over here, these guys are probably going to freak out, so I'm not going to stay here very long, but these are the, I have 3 of the Parapilapia Pollinis left. And this tank, or the Marginatus, Lethrinaut Marginatus redfins, 4-inch or so. Down here, I have a fryer eye, sorry, 2 4-inch fire haps and D-Way fire haps, and a goldfin borley eye left. Up here, and I'll spend a few minutes because my good friend Frankie Kenneth might lose his mind when he sees these. His absolute favorite, because of their ginormous Botox lips, as he calls them, wild caught Protomylus ornatus, and multiple sizes, males and females, ranging anywhere from 4-inch up to probably, I don't know, 8-inch, maybe bigger. But these guys are still in quarantine. They've been given 4 treatments of medications already. At this point, I'm just feeding them really well, trying to get them good and fattened up and healthy. Like I said, none of the wild caught stuff has been added to the website. If you are interested in some of the wild caught stuff, contact me via email, and we'll figure something out from there. I know one of these ornatus is spoken for Frankie Kenneth. I promise I'd hold him the one with the biggest lips. His only request was, I want the one with the biggest, most obnoxious Botox lips. His words, not mine. Down here are tangerine tigers. 6-inch guys are keeping some of these 5-inch guys from coloring up, but these are all males. Here's another 6-incher. I have a Spilopsuous yellow left, and I have a Lethrinaut oculatus. Down here are wild caught Mylochromis imchus, long nose, and as you can see, the dominant male there really has a pretty cool long nose. And again, Frankie might like these as well with those lips. But again, various sizes, males, females. Here's another male starting to color up pretty well. Over here, wild caught Buccochromis Rodizio yellows. These aren't going anywhere. I only was able to get 4 of them in. There's a male and 3 females. This is a future breeding group, but I just wanted to show you. The male is there. The female is just as good in size. Up here, wild caught Malawi gars. Over here I have a few of the bigger 5-inch to 6-inch red cap leathernot. Down here, wild caught polystigmas and a wild caught lanai. I haven't vented him yet to see if he's male or female, but we will get to that eventually. But a whole tank full of wild caught polystigmas, and this big guy here is a definite male. He's got blue and green in his face already. The others I will have to vent. These is a very hard fish to even vent because of their patterns on the bottom. It's very hard to even vent them. Okay, up here you might have seen Anthony Upham's post on Facebook and Instagram. This is where his beautiful Placidochromis Jallo reef came from. And as you can see, I have plenty of very good size, anywhere from 5-inch to 6-inch plus Placidochromis Jallo reefs, looking just fantastic. I mean, look at the color and the fins on these guys. Here's the dominant one here. He's been chasing everybody else out here. Placidochromis Jallo reefs. Below that, these are kind of hard to see because it's dark. Mylochromis amphirmimus. Okay, I paused to move a light there. You guys will probably be able to tell because it's very lit up that I moved a light, so I might as well tell you. In this tank are tetrastigmas, and what I was told was OB red empress. I'm going to keep these and grow them out and see how they turn out. But the tetrastigmas are looking pretty nice at both sizes, 3.5 inch and 4.5 to 5 inch. In this tank, 5-inch plus Protomelis hirtae. Some of these guys are showing pretty good color, kind of a late bloomers. But you can see they're very good size and very nice. Below that, I'm hoping the light shines through for you guys. Big, beautiful red empress. They're kind of skittish, but 5 to 6 inch easy. There's a dominant one back there. Light's not shining through as well as I'd hoped it would. Okay, moving on to the next row that we now have. This is the only spot that isn't completed. This is where those 7 tanks are going to go that they messed up on. But you can see that even the very last row is now completed. There's no fish in these yet, but they are up and running. And show you these, seeing as how we're back here. This is my star sapphire breeding group. You can see both the males are there, chipping up very, very nicely. Breeding well. And I don't know if you can pick it up, but in this grow out tub is a bunch of star sapphires and clown ruby reds. Okay, back to the fish. This row is now almost complete as well. Before, it was only those 6 tanks on the left hand side. So now you can see, with the exception of the 6 or 7 here, we're waiting for new tanks. Everything is up. These I haven't decided yet if I'm going to post these for sale at this size. I originally planned to get them for the grow out tubs. They came in at a pretty good size. These are probably 3¼ to 3.5 inch Buccochromis nototaneus. So The plan was to put them in the grow out tubs, but we'll see. In this tank, 4.5 to 5 inch deep water haps. They're kind of being shy, hiding back there. Below that is 4.5 to 5 inch albino Taiwan reefs. Up here are wild caught fire blue lupingus. And I believe that this one is a wild caught Taiwan reef. I haven't for sure identified them, but it does look to be a wild caught Taiwan reef. In here is our first South American into the cichlid shack, and I'm digging these. These are threadfin acaras, anywhere from 3.5 inch to 4.25, 4.5 inch. Very nice looking fish. Down here, Candizi blue orchids, 3.5 to 4 inch males, and I do have 6 3-inch females if anybody would like to breed these. I listed one as a breeding group, a male and 3 females, and then listed the 3 females individually separately on there, so there is a total of 6 females, and then there is 11 or 12 males. Looking very nice. Up here are our big beautiful angelfish. These guys are all a very good size. The size of my palm of my hand, easy. Hard to gauge a size on these, but I'd have to say probably 4.5, 5 inch body size. Variation of colors and patterns and fins. Very nice. This tank has a mixture of stuff out of our grow out tubs. This is in-house bred goodies here, and Benjai Regal blues, albino Eureka reds, Apache peacocks, some nice Z-Rock lithobates, flavescence. That's another Apache peacock. Down here are 5.5 to 6 inch Phosphochromis rostratus. Some of these are actually starting to show some pretty decent color. Kind of hard to see, it's a little dark in this tank. Up here are the Du Boises, 5 inch plus Du Bois males. And here are my new favorite Tropheus, the wild caught red rainbows. Very, very active. Beautiful fish. You don't see them at this size very often. Every one of them is over 4 inch. Down here are the wild caught cherry spots. There's the dominant male there. Over here, let's see if any of them are out. They're all hiding underneath the sponge filter. These are wild caught Synodontis multiplancatus. Again, these are wild caught, folks. Oh, and I just made a mess. Sorry about that. Sponge filter came apart. Hopefully you guys can pick those up. But they range anywhere from 3.5 to 4.5 inches. Really good size. Wild caught Synodontis multiplancatus. You guys are going to be mad at me, but I brought these up here this past Monday. These are the ones I'd been growing out at my house since 1 inch. They are now 4 inch plus, some of them 4.5 to 5. I brought a dozen up. 6 or 7 of them are already gone to local customers before I got the video up. But Madoka white lips, don't get to see them at this size very often. I don't have them on the website either, so if you would like one of these, contact me via email. Up here, something else you don't see at this size very often, 5-inch to 6-inch star sapphires. And I'm hoping that the camera is picking up some of these because they are flecking already. And I have quite a few of them. Over here, Malawi Chudunga rocks, 4-inch. Down here, Husari Midnight Malotos, or Midnight, sorry, not Malotos, Husari Midnights. These guys are being skittish, but really good size, 4.5, 5-inch or so. Down here, the ever popular Red Suns. Good size, 4-inch. Good color and patterns. Over here, Cornellii Blue Golds. Up here are Lethernaut Mubazi Tanzanias. Some of these are showing really good color and dominant. Really one of my favorites. I love these guys. Look at this guy down there. Up here, a lot of people have been asking me about these for a while. I finally pulled some of the first ones out of the grow out tubs. This is my secret project, the flame. So we have the first ones out of the grow out tubs, and you can see what I was going for was that reddish orange body. And then if I can get one to sit still, I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera, but their top fins are red, white, and blue. Pretty cool fish. Again, this is a hybrid I've been working on for a while. Pretty cool fish though. This is another Arizona fish hybrid that I've been working on. This is the Galaxy Peacock. Working with this one for a while, but I have some available at 3.5 to 4-inch. In this tank, Pundum millineri Nyeriis, 3.5 to 4-inch. Looking very nice. We could get them to turn, you can see their colors. Below them, their not so distant cousin, the Makobe Island Nyeriis. These seem to be more popular because of their color at the moment. They look really nice. Also 3.5 to 4-inch. Okay folks, I think that's it. A lot of fish. This is going to be a long video because there's a whole lot more tanks and fish to show. Once we get the rest of these tanks up and running, there'll be even more, so the videos will kind of end up being a little bit longer. So for those of you who like to watch new fish videos, it's probably a plus. For those of you who are impatient, probably not so much. Give you a couple shots of these cool predator haps. Bucachromis nodotaneus, Malawi hawks, Bucachromis spectabilis, alrighty folks, sorry for the long absence in videos, but as you can see, I have been very, very busy putting up tanks. I do this all by myself. I'm a one-man show. So I offloaded all of them, carried them inside, carried them back outside the next day, drilled each one of them, laid them out, let them dry, painted each one of them, brought them in, put them on the racks, then ran the plumbing for all of them, then ran all the air lines and the sponge filters, and then filled all of them up. So each one of those things, and if you've ever tried to lift a 75-gallon 6 feet up onto a rack by yourself, not very fun. But I got it done. And as you can see, the tanks look great, and so do the fish in them. Alright, I babbled on and showed you fish for long enough. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. And as always, take care of each other. And God bless.